Watch these 2 videos, and then we'll talk.
Put a finger down if you just got into a fight with your husband because you live in LA and you're in the middle of all these LA fires. And you're like, if the fire comes closer to here, we are evacuating. And he's like, no, we're not evacuating. We're going to fight the fire. And you're like, excuse me, you ain't a fucking firefighter and I ain't a firefighter and we are not doing that. And he's like, I'm sorry, babe, but you and Maggie can leave and I'm staying here to fight the fire. And you're like, no, the fuck you're not. We are married now. We are a unit. If I have to tranquilize your ass and throw you in the car, that's exactly what I'm doing because we ain't staying here.
Okay. And now watch this.
Can I just say, don't get in a relationship with a guy that doesn't know how to react in an emergency situation. Because I've been telling my boyfriend for hours to get his shit together. Pack a bag, get his memorabilia, put together a box of all his keepsakes and all of his letters from these old baseball players that are precious to him. What does he do? Oh no, he waits until there are flames on our fucking roof almost to even pack a bag of clothing. I packed the entire car with 4 animals by my fucking self. And he's slowly, methodically putting some things together, like not taking it seriously. He's like, sit down and talk. He's got my mom on the phone, who's also not being helpful. I thought she was going to have my back. As a survivor of a natural disaster where I didn't have an evacuation warning and it crept the fuck up on me, I survived. It's either Hurricane Ira or Hurricane Ida, the fucking freak one that hit New York that went through Florida, and we had no fucking idea, and people fucking died. I was living in a illegal basement apartment in New York, in Queens. Sitting at my desk, working, and I feel my socks get wet, and I look down, and pouring in from all the cracks from the wall, coming up from the floor, sewage water. And you want to tell me, oh no, I spoke to my neighbor this morning, and my neighbor says it's fine. My neighbor says it's unlikely. Very unlikely. I'm a fucking natural disaster trauma survivor, and you're saying, oh, I don't believe you. I'm going to check with all these other people. And here we are.
Several things. One, for those of you who don't know, this is what Los Angeles looks like right now. Like, as I am filming this. For right now, what we could tell, it's between like 10 to 11 people dead. But listen, that number is going to continue to raise because of smoke inhalation, because of asbestos inhalation, because people aren't going to have their medicines or whatever. That number is going to rise, and there's over 10,000 homes that have been destroyed. And here's the kicker. Those are just 2 of the videos that I've seen about this come up in the past couple of days. There are so many more of basically these exact same videos. Women talking about their wives, talking about their husbands, their boyfriends, their partners, the father of their children, arguing with them as they are trying to save their lives. Because, oh, well, my man instincts. Oh, because my neighbor said. Oh, well, like, I can fight a fire because I'm so much bigger and stronger and faster than a fire. Meanwhile, these women are just trying to survive. Trying to keep themselves, their idiot partner, and their children and or pets alive. And I don't know if you guys remember earlier this year with Hurricane Helene, I saw a number of videos that mirror this exactly. But with Hurricane Helene, men telling women, oh, well, like, yeah, okay, so the news says that the hurricane is going to hit us, but like, there's bricks in this house. So like, we're fine. And you know what? If you want to break apart our family and like go back to your family up north, then like, fine, that's on you. But like, you're the one that's separating the family, not me, because I'm going to stay with our house and then these women are left with a choice. Let the idiot love of their life die on their own and whatever, or stay and hope for the best, that you won't die in a fiery or watery grave. This is a pattern. It genuinely makes me feel like when Pompeii was up in smoke. There were women being like, Sopha Aristotocles, we got to get on the boat. And he's just like, woman, if you don't shut up. Now, here is a real kicker. I'm going to read from the handy dandy so I don't lose this. Men think that they can booga stronger than nature can just nature. Than nature can exist. Then wind can wind and fire can burn and rage. They think that their specific level of booga is stronger than this. And that shows me two things. That are far more common than I think a lot of women would like to. It's a pill that can kill you. But if you could take it, it'll make you stronger and arguably keep you alive. Two things. One of those half and half pills, if you will. One, it shows that these men have a flimsy, delicate, weak-wristed grasp on reality. One. And two, there is a disregard for your life specifically. For your life, and guess what? That also means your kids' lives and your pets. Because a lot of the times they see their kids, your pets, as an extension of you. So, and I have videos on this. If I find them, I'll post them right up there. But the level of care that a man has for you and your well-being will be an exact mirror, a one-to-one of how much he cares and wants to protect and wants to provide for and wants to keep alive your kids and all things associated with you. And a lot of the vast majority, once again, when I say vast majority, I do mean like what? 97.99999 plus 3. That one-to-one is what kills a lot of women in these situations. Because they think that they are in a higher esteem in his booga mentality than is the reality. And let us not forget, that grasp on reality, he thinks that he can fist fight a fire. And this is your leader? This is your King Booga? Is this your man? And you gonna stick beside him? Really? Oh, the way that my car would already be packed. I'd be on an interstate somewhere. The way that you could never convince me that men are meant to be leaders. Because, as I've said, this is a pattern that we are seeing. Arguably, this is a pattern that has existed long before Hurricane Helene. It's just, we just haven't had the live video footage. These little gadgets and TikTok haven't been showing us the real deal before these natural disasters have occurred. So you mean to tell me that these are the people that are supposed to be leading us? These are the people that we're supposed to ride or die behind. Really? Greg, leave the armoire. People are dying. And with this, as we will see natural disasters continue to rage against us and the planet because men are in charge and men do things like global warming and capitalism and not patriotism. Well, I mean, also patriotism, but like patriarchy and all these other things that are actively killing our planet. Ladies, anybody that happens to be engaged with a booga or could potentially be engaged with a booga, if you find yourself in one of these situations, let this be a warning to you. Leave that man. Leave that man. Once upon a time, the dumbest among us would have just gone to war. And then it's like, oh, nuts, natural selection. What are you going to do, right? That's not happening. Village versus village, tribe versus tribe. They're not going to war like they used to. So now they're just here boogaing into your face, right? Now, if they want to fight nature, if that's the war that they want to do, let them have that war. You can cry down the interstate being like, oh my goodness, those 7 months with Philip have been great. But guess what? Oh, I hope he survives. Will he become a deep fried fish stick? Possibly. But ladies, please do not fight him for his healing. Please. As you've seen, the pattern is patterning. You don't want to be another statistic. That's all I got to say. That's all I got to say.